basically tell you whether your breakthrough is near, whether your manifestation is about to become a tangible manifestation. Obviously, if we're manifesting, you got to understand you're taking energetically, however you want to put it. If you're more on the sort of, Christian side, then you're taking it from God and you're bringing it down to, yourself. If you're more on the, I guess, esoteric side, then it's you're asking for something from the 5D and then you're bringing it down to 3D, which is tangible reality. The two are interchangeable. It is the same thing, okay? It's just based on your belief system, but the same is true of anything. And at the end of the day, for my belief system, God is the head of it all. But I don't mind interchanging the words. I do not believe that, there's anything wrong with that, because it's seen as you're talking about the same thing. What is there for God to be upset about? It's not, it shouldn't be a problem. And most importantly, to be honest with you, when you think of the esoteric side, when you think about affirming and affirmations, you usually start with I am. Well, God is I am. That's his truthful name, I am. And I've watched many NDEs, which are basically near-death experiences, where the person comes back and says the encounter they had, he presented himself as I am. So interchangeable, okay? So don't feel no way based on the things that I say, the things that I present. It's one and the same. Okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, as soon as you've been searching for what the test is, whatever the test is, let me just say it to you like this: you have to be about what you pray about. Okay, it's not easy, because we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and you can do all the prayer and all the affirming and all the rest of the things that I'm sure that you can think of, and then you go out into the real world, or someone calls you, or your kids want every part of you, and they're pulling at you for this direction and that direction, and the next thing you know, the very thing that you're asking for and the way that you need to act in order for this thing to manifest is now being tested double time. Okay, so let me put it to you like this, okay? Say, for instance, your wanted manifestation from 5D to 3D is the perfect relationship. And you've written down on the list. Now, I've always believed in scripting. So I've always written down in the form of gratitude, like, thank you for a partner who is loving, kind, patient. Whatever it is that you've put on your list, you usually go by characteristics. Hopefully we're not focusing on shallow things like they have to be 6 foot tall, dark, extremely handsome, near a blemish on their skin, and they've never dealt with any drama and whatever. It's not about that. They've never fallen over, they've never had a scratch on any part of their body, all this superficial stuff, the chiseled face and and don't get me wrong, all of that would be lovely, but you want to focus in on characteristics. And if that's what we're doing, first of all, you're on the right track. But second of all, here's where the test comes in. You've put that out there into the universe. You've even maybe even seen one of my other videos, which I will put below and hopefully up here somewhere, where the manifestation technique is basically imagining yourself in a bright light, and then once that bright light lifts you up really, really high, then you see yourself having and doing and being the thing that you're asking for, right? In that moment, the universe has heard you loud and clear. God has heard you. They already know. In fact, they know before you even ask, to be honest with you, because as is within is without. Okay. So let's just say now that's heard, and God is basically saying, okay, I hear you. Here's what has to happen. So next thing you know, you've got something happens. There's all these tests, because remember what you asked for characteristically: patience, kindness, loving, giving, I don't know what other characteristics, loyal. Now, some of them, hopefully, you'll be able to tick off. It's just who you are energetically anyway. You wouldn't even need to question. You may even be tested and pass the test straight away. But then there might be patience. And the next thing you know, you find yourself in traffic and there are cars everywhere. You can't get to where you need to get to quickly. You can't do what it is that you need to do in the time frame that you need to. Which one of the two options do you choose? Do you choose option A, where you play some music, sit back, send a text message and just say, look, I'm probably going to be late, and then, you know what, thank God for the delay, because maybe there was an accident that he was stopping you from being involved in, so you see it as a blessing and you just take it for what it is and you live in the moment? Or do you choose option B, which is you completely forget that you're a spiritual being having a human experience and you're fully in now in your human experience, and then comes the anger, frustration, confusion, you can't seem to manage just the whole situation. You're frustrated, you don't know what to do with yourself, and now you're cursing every part of the universe for having put you in this situation. I've had both experiences, and I absolutely love option A, and I've had option B. I know how I feel. The difference is so clear between the two. But here's the thing. If you are asking for this patient person who's now going to show you patience, that person also probably has to show everybody else in every other situation patience. Doesn't mean that they're perfect, but what it does mean is that at the forefront, their main characteristics, their values is to take things as they come. In order for you to attract that, you have got to be that. We don't attract what we want, we attract what we are, 100%. So I know that any relationship that I've been in where it's not turned out the way that I've wanted it to, I then have to go in and look at myself. It's not that it negates the fact that the person wasn't right for you. It doesn't negate the fact that the person treated you badly. It doesn't negate the fact that the person was not what they claimed to be. All those things are absolutely true, but that's for them to deal with. What you need to now deal with is the reasons why you attracted that person in the first place. And it's likely that the things that happened with that person that was negative, in your opinion, there are parts of that within you that you now need to work on. So when you're out there asking for the opposite of that, it can actually manifest and it will show itself, and it won't be just in the honeymoon period. It will be real, it will be beautiful, and it will be felt and seen. It will be, you won't be able to question it, because not only will you be giving him or her the patience you're asking for, it will be coming back to you tenfold. Okay, so that's just one of the tests. There are many. Look out for the other video where we go into the other, I think it's 7. There are another 7, because it's usually about 8 tests that are given, but this is the one that I just wanted to make sure that you hear loud and clear. You have to be about what you pray about. Be about what you pray about. There's no other way to say it. Okay, love you guys, take care, and I hope that gave you some insight into what you need to do to manifest, whether it's the twin flame, that money, that house. Be about what you pray about. And when I say house, let me say this: if you're living somewhere and you're not happy with where you are, do your best to make it the best version of what it can be whilst you're there. Put some time and effort and some love and TLC into it so that you can manifest something 10 times better. If you leave it to completely fall apart, you're not going to be blessed with anything that's better. If you are blessed with new, it will be just the same as it was before, and it will go downhill just as fast. So if you want to level up, then level up what it is that you have in the best way possible, with the budget that you have, and I guarantee you will be blessed. It's the same thing, it just keeps rolling on. Be about what you pray about. See you later. Bye.